Hey, Mr. Clash here with a Gauntlet No Dip League war recap in our defeat of Pakistani clan 74 versus 69. Almost a perfect war. Couldn't quite snavel it in 94, just needed an extra 6%, would have been perfect war. Okay, we're going to have some interesting attacks here. So let's just kick it straight off with a, I'm not going to say, let's the troops be a surprise. Look at that. Electrodrags. EDs, as we have begun calling them, even though the Herculoids Dragon Zoc, I think was called, is my opinion, and that the electric dragon was modelled after that cartoon dragon which fired beams of electricity out of its mouth and tail. Nevertheless, here we are. We've got an Electrodrag attack on this Town Hall 11. Now, when I first saw this, I thought at the beginning, I thought there's no way these drags are going to get all the way around. No way. The Queen's not going to get the air defence. It's all just going to be too much of a disaster. Nice effort, good going. 3 rage, 3 freeze, 7 drags, and 6 loons. So let's just see what actually happened and how this became 3-star. So there's still 1 Electrodrag to go down, and I love the chain lightning effect when they just go zot and it takes out 3 or 4 things at the same time, just like you saw that one. It was the barracks on the bottom there, then it went cannon, gold mine, and onto the dark elixir storage. Okay, so we've got 1 on the town hall. So we're making sure here at this point we are going to secure the town hall. And look at all that. Every time it sends a bolt of electricity, a few things go falling. And at this stage, I'm thinking, oh, I love that everything's just slowly going down. It's like something you just can't avoid. You can see this base death coming from the Electrodrags, and with the Grand Warden's abilities used. And you look into all the Electrodrags, yeah, they're slow. Yeah, they do the really slow 2.5 wing pumps before they get a lightning bolt out. They do extra damage. They do like a little lightning spell damage, which is rather interesting. So you just saw the Dark Elixir storage take damage from the Electrodrag's attack, and yet when the Electrodrag then drops its lightning spell or whatever it does when it goes down, the storages are immune. So that's a little bit of an interesting thing. But anyway, game over for this base. 6 Electrodrags, or I think it was 6 Electrodrags, and 6 equal balloons. I think it was. We'll have another look when the time comes. Let's just wait for the troops to end. Another 18 seconds in the battle. And now I'll queue up the next one. Before we go in on the next one, though, I will give a shout out to the 6-pack people for the war. And we're almost there. And boom, there we go. Okay, let's go have a look at the next one. Okay, as I read out the 6-pack, and before this attack begins, just cast your eyes down to the troops at the bottom of the screen. We've got 1 goblin, 2 wizards, 4 healers, a packer, a baby dragon, a minion, 4 witches, 15 bowlers, the heroes, 3 rage, 2 heal, and a freeze. Now, while I read out the names, just mentally to yourself, look at this base, look at the troops, and try and second guess what you think the attack will be, how the attack will be played on this base. Anyway, so the 6-pack people from this war, we have Crimson Warrior and Airborne, both at Town Hall 10. We have Town Hall 9, we have Face, Ditto, Legend Reborn, Senka, and Mini Shirl. Now, I will say that Town Hall 11, Ditto did do 2 3-star attacks, one on a base that had already been 3-starred as a warm-up before 3-starring the other base. So it kind of doesn't count, but it kind of does. Anyway, we've also got 2, just as a curiosity, the 2 Town Hall 11s who did 11 and Killer 11 are number 2 and 3 in the league so far for Town Hall 11 strikes. 3 stars. Okay, in we go. So if you've had a little bit of a think, I assure you that you probably didn't think of what you're about to see, because I immediately thought he's going to do a queen walk. That's what I thought. He's going to do a queen walk. Okay, so we'll just check the range of that. Oh, look, just inside. Oh, how rough is that? Only just inside. Got the wizard down to help get that funnel going. So at this point, I'm thinking, well, get the healers onto the queen. Get the healers onto the queen. I think she's sustained damage. You can get to the healers onto the queen now. And here we go. We've got the healers on the queen. All right, so that's pretty good. And then I'm thinking, well, what's next here? We've got a queen walk. And what's the next part? Okay, so we've got some witches on the right-hand side. So that one took me by a little bit by surprise. Now, we still have a P.A.K.A. So we've got a P.A.K.A. as well. So I'll just lower this down. So I was intrigued to see how this was going to work. So now we've got all the witches down on this right-hand side and Siege Machine going in. And now we've got the P.A.K.A. down on the right-hand side with the witches as well. I just so did not anticipate a P.A.K.A. going down with the witches into the Teslas, into the Tesla death area, really, Tesla farm, and getting locked onto by a Inferno Tower at the same time. So Siege Machine's going to go down in a second. Almost, down it goes. Bowlers, Rage Bowlers, Heal Bowlers, then Inferno in the moat. It's really just a bother, hard to get to. The Bowler bounce is just going to take other things out. But of course we know it's a 3-star, so just be interested to see how this happens. Witches on the right-hand side still going, believe it or not. They're not going to keep on going. Obviously the archer just zeroed in on that witch. So she's down. So now I've got a right-hand side Tesla and a right-hand side Inferno that has to be dealt with as well. We've got a freeze and a heal, and we've got a good chunk of bowlers and loads of little spawned barbarians, or summoned barbarians, I guess you would really call them. And the healers, one healer has decided to join the bowlers at the bottom, and the other healers have decided to join the bowler at the top. So he's not going to go anywhere. He'll just keep bashing that wall until the Valkyrie up there takes out the mortar. Meanwhile, we've got the heal spell coming down onto the barbs, the king's barbs, and we've still got to deal with this Inferno over here. So just pay a little bit of attention to what's going to happen with this Inferno. Look, the Inferno stream's locked onto the bowlers, so that's no problem. So I thought, oh, we're going to get a bit of double bounce. No, I can't quite reach it. So, okay. Now the king's gone wandering. I don't know where he thinks he was going to go, why he thought. I do know why he thought, because that one is a direct inlet into the Inferno, whereas the others would have had to go through 2 walls. But anyway, there you go. A lovely little Queen Walk bowler. Something. I don't even know what to call that attack. That's I thought it was a little bit interesting. So let's get on to the next one. All right, so now this attack here, it's a minor attack, as you can see, 36 minors, Queen Walk. We did have, let me see, we had 1, 2, 3 Town Hall 10 minor attacks. I've chosen this one because it's the quickest. That's my sole reason for choosing this one. It's the quickest. And I did want to point one thing out about the minors down here. Now notice that there are minions coming in on this one, and the minions are just helping create that little bit of a funnel. Of course, the trick with the minors is you need to be able to funnel a little bit of the trash away, which is why you usually suey a hero down one side and a hero down the other, and then the miners can come in with the siege. As you can see here, the miners and the siege have come in. Heroes haven't gone down yet. There we go. King's gone down at the top left. Queen's gone down at the bottom here. And now the king has an opportunity to path north, and the queen has an opportunity to come and shoot some heavy storages, and then eventually path north. Now all these miners got sick, and basically no heal spell for them. So if you have a look at the heal spells, at one point I was thinking, well, they kind of got abandoned. How about getting a heal spell onto those miners? And no. Now the queen has cleared that whole side of the base with the help of the very sick miners, And now as I saw what the miners were doing, I thought, well, it was actually a good idea to hold on to that heal spell and not use it too early. Those few little miners that were sacrificed over there were well worth the sacrifice. Freeze spell left. Freeze will go down any second. And there it is. So we had some sick miners and some healthy miners over in the Wiz Tower Expo cannon area. Big bomb goes off. No problem. Even if it had wiped out the miners. The Queen was there. However, the Queen was always going to get locked onto that lava hand at the end. So lovely little 3-star from Thomas. Now let's go have a look at some Town Hall 9s. Town Hall 9s that are not witch attacks. All right, we'll probably, at some point we'll watch these in 2x speed. However, have a look at the troops. We've got 7 dragons and 4 balloons. And of course we've got Clan Castle troops as well. So we'll just be interested to see what's in the Clan Castle. Is it a lava hound or is it something else? So, Wizards creating the funnel at the top. Wizards funneling at the bottom. Single golem. So we're looking at a cold-blooded Laloon or drag attack of some description. Now we've got the Queen going down, the jump going down for the Queen to not take, and the King and the bowlers to come in and do take. And so far we're getting down a lot of these air defenses. So this was kind of a little bit of a key. So we've got 2 jumps. So we have 2 jumps, 2 spells devoted to mobility in this particular attack. So the Queen and bowlers will take out that other air defense. And here come the dragons at the bottom. We've got a rage spell and 1 haste spell, and we've got 1 more dragon to come down. 4 balloons have come in, and now you have a look at the base. Almost 50% of the base is wrecked. The Queen didn't quite manage to get out the Inferno, but that doesn't matter. So just remember there were 6 dragons in this attack, if I remember correctly. So we've got 1, 2, 3 over here in the core, and we've got 3 over on the right hand side. Oh, it must have been 7 dragons, because we've got 1 at the top. So that one's going to path down and should take out the Tesla now. Dragons also beating their wings a little bit slow, much slower than the old baby dragon. Okay, Archer up the top to help take out a little bit of trash. This one, of course, perished probably to the mortar blast, even though she probably was standing outside of it. Could probably get another little dragon down up on this right-hand side onto this storage here. And possibly also, let's see, could an Archer go? No, this mortar has to go down for Archers to get onto that pump. So we've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dragons. We've still got 6 dragons up. Came in with 7, and we've got 6 dragons up still. Now probably is going to lose this dragon. This dragon's going to get taken out. Just a little bit too much damage coming to the dragon, I think. Maybe from a bomb or at least a Tesla. Once the dragon comes over, the Tesla will get the dragon. Yeah. So Tesla's going to get that dragon. That dragon should go down. There it goes. And now we've still got 5 dragons coming over to the Tesla. So the Tesla's not going to be able to defeat 5 dragons. So that was a lovely little dragon attack at Town Hall 9. Or I should say Gobo Dragloon attack, seeing as we had a golem and a bowler. Let's have a look at the next one. Okay, let's just dive straight in. As you can see, it's a hog attack. Love a good hog attack. So I attacked this base with my Town Hall 9, and I was in a rush, and I just hit, yeah, that'll do. Just jumped in, and I didn't do very good. So the way that my things was pathing, I had that little voice inside my head that said, Mister, don't attack it the way that you're planning. The troops are going to go all right. It's not going to work for you. And I was like, yeah, it'll be all right. But, that little voice inside your head, that little feeling that says, no, don't do that. You've got to listen to that one, because from experience in the game, from all the thousands of attacks done in the game, that little experience voice is just nudging you in the direction to tell you, no, experience has told me out of the 5 or 7 or 8 or 10,000 attacks that you've done in this game, what you're planning isn't going to work. And of course it didn't work. So now we've got Face coming in, lovely little cleanup hog attack on this base. You look at that, almost 50% of the base is destroyed just with a push in. Now, I love the way that the pathing went here. Now, ultimately, you think you're going to put all these bombs here with the Tesla. It has to be a hog killer, and yet it didn't, simply because of the way the pathing was. It never really enabled all of the bombs to go off on all of the hogs at the same time, which definitely would have killed the hogs. However, the way that you look at it and you think, surely that's got to be a hog killer. But it wasn't a hog killer just because of the way the hogs pathed. Hogs from here come over to here. They will trigger that one, but this bomb's too far away from them over here for them to suffer the damage from that bomb. So lovely little Hog Attack from Face, who of course was one of the six-pack people, as was the previous attacker with the Dragon Attack. And now let's have a last Town Hall 9 attack. Alrighty, here we are. And we've got a Gobo Lalo. Now you might remember a couple of years back, seems like a couple of years back, I'm not sure exactly, it may be even a couple of years back, that Gobo Lalo was pretty well all the rage, and bases were just getting wiped out. It did not matter what base you put up in war. Gobo Lalo was just pummeling the bases like something shocking. And it was ridiculous. It didn't matter what the base was. You're just coming in with your golem bowlers and you wipe out a couple of air defenses, and then the lava hounds with 14 balloons just came and took out the rest of the base. And it was amongst one of the most frustrating things when it was happening, because it almost didn't matter what you did in terms of the attacker. It didn't matter what you did. The base was just going to fall. So here we've got 30%, 38% of the base has gone down. This queen's going to take out this air defense here. Archer's down, air defense is going to go down. We've still got the defending queen up. So she doesn't seem to be concerned. Or this queen doesn't really seem to be concerned, but the attacker, no problem. Let's just go in straight over the queen. So that's the power of this attack. Even without a Skelly spell, the defending queen still up in the middle of the base. Doesn't matter, just get on in there. Now just keep an eye on the defending queen to see how she eventually goes down. Look at all these lava pups just circling and circling while she's trying to shoot balloons. And she's about to go down, and boom, there she goes. Just all the lava pups took her down. Sweeper's down, this balloon's down. Still has 4 balloons up the sleeve. So only did this attack with 14 balloons. There goes one in the corner now. One up there as well on the top left, and one on the storage on the right hand side. Game over for this base. This is the perfect example of how powerful the Gobo Lalo was at Town Hall 9 when it first came out. And so powerful, in fact, that we did face a clan whose all of the Town Hall 9 attackers used the exact same Gobo Lalo strategy. And when it didn't work the first time, they adjusted for the second attack and usually 3-starred it. But we did notice that they were all just only ever had no person viewing any of the attacks. So we think they were a one-man clan. Anyway, let's have a look at the percentages. And here we go. 50 attacks used, 48. Yes, they did not use all of their attacks. 49-1. Of course, the Town Hall 9s were cleared, and then we had loads of scout attacks done. One attack lost, which would have been a Town Hall 9 scout on something up high. They, of course, didn't use it. 24 3-stars versus 19. 1 2-star. Whoopsie, that's mine. They've got 6 2-stars. New stars per attack. These don't really mean too much, because when you end up using all of your attacks, this average always comes down low. 99.8% destruction, or 7.6 as it says at the top, versus 96.88. And of course you can see the most heroic attack was the one on the top base with the Electrodrag hit. So that is it for this war recap. Guns N' Honey defeats Pakistani clan in the Gauntlet League No Dip division. And I think that places us in third place. Third place, I think, it places us in the moment. So it's going to be interesting times ahead. So do please let me know which your favourite attack was. I've got, I think my two favourite attacks in this war were both of the dragon attacks, which was the one on base 1 and the one on base 14 by the little Town Hall 9 dragon attack. They were both of my favourites, but do please let me know which ones your favourites. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.